بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome again to my English lessons for secondary grade with teacher Afra Abali. Today inshallah we are going to continue with your curriculum Mega Goal 5 and we will discuss here the unit number 3. What will they think of next? And as I told you before that unit 3 is all about the future. إنه طالما إنه بدأ عندي بالسؤال what will they think of next, ما الذي سوف يفكرون به في المرة القادمة، فعندك هنا will تدل على طبعا سؤال في الفيوتشر في المستقبل، فإذا حتكون الوحدة كاملة جميع دروسها تتحدث عن أمور يمكن أن تحدث في المستقبل أو توقعات إلى آخره. So we have here today inshallah we are going to have the conversation lesson. طبعا كما تعودنا إنه بيكون الconversation الحوار غالبا بيحتوي على بعض المصطلحات التعبيرية التي تستخدم في التحدث اليومي. So we will have here the conversation part and then we will have the listening part which we'll do it later in class. راح نعملها طبعا مع بعض في الكلاس فيما بعد listening part. And then we have here the pronunciation اللي هو عندك هنا بالنسبة للpronunciation طبعا يكون فيها تدرب على نطق العبارات والكلمات اللي موجودة عندك يا ثالث. And then finally we have the vocabulary building اللي هي بناء المصطلحات and we are going to do it inshallah in this lesson. Now let's see here for the conversation part. First, before we begin, look here at the picture. Who do you see here in the picture? Yes, a lady, yes, a lady. And yes, there is a book. And what about this one? This could be what? Yes, this could be a mobile phone, maybe iPhone, or it could be a tablet or an iPad, okay? So this is what, here it is written e-reading. What does it mean e means? What does e means? قبل كده أخذنا e-commerce وأخذنا email. Yes, e-commerce اللي هي التجارة الإلكترونية electronic. So E stands for electronic. So e-reading يعني electronic reading القراءة الإلكترونية. Yes, اللي هي عن طريق الأجهزة الإلكترونية through electronic devices. So we have here electronic devices and this is we call it book paper or printed book. إما نقول عليها book paper كتاب ورقي or printed book أو كتاب مطبوع. So this is what the book, the regular book that we know, and here this is what the electronic book that has been invented so far. Now, so here we have in the conversation, it is between how many people? Yes, two people, which are Edward and his grandma. Now listen together to the conversation and follow in your book.
Page 38. 4. Conversation.
Grandma, you've been lugging that book around all weekend.
If I want to read it, what choice do I have?
You can ditch the book and get an electronic book reader.
A what?
An electronic book reader. They're these great little devices that let you read books electronically. So you read on screen instead of on paper.
But I like reading on paper.
Trust me, Grandma. In a few years, no one is going to be reading books printed on paper anymore. Paper books will have disappeared.
I don't like all this new technology. I'm happy with things the way they are.
You really should check out ebook readers. One of the advantages is that you can buy, download, and start reading a book in minutes. Another great thing about it is that you can carry hundreds of books with you without it being heavy.
Why would I want to carry hundreds of books around with me?
Grandma, I'm sure if you just gave it a try, you'd find that you actually prefer it. Why not go with the flow?
I think this is all just a lot of hoopla. I've been reading my books on paper for 68 years, and I'm not about to change that now.
Okay, so let's see here from the beginning. We have Okay, the conversation. So Edward is telling his grandma, you've been lugging that book around all weekend. So lugging that book around. So what does the word lugging mean? It means here, if you look at the real talk, lugging means carrying, especially something heavy or awkward. So carrying اللي هو حمل ايش؟ شيء بيكون خاصة لما يكون ثقيل. اوكي، فممكن لما يكون حقيبة كبيرة او حقيبة ثقيلة او صندوق ثقيل، هذه هنا بنقول عليها لما في التحدث اليومي. ممكن البعض لو تستخدم اللغة العادية أو اللغة العادية، المصطلح العادي، why are you carrying this book or why are you carrying this box or heavy box. لكن هنا عشان في المصطلح التحدث اليومي ما بيقولوا لك carrying في الغالب، بيقولوا لك lugging. okay, so why you have been lugging these books or that book all around the weekend. okay, يعني انه هي طول دائما في الويكند بيلاقيها شايله هذا الكتاب، دائما هذا الكتاب معها. so he is telling her lugging that book you have been lugging that book all around all weekend. okay, around all weekend. okay, so lugging something like this, for example, you have for example here, sorry. So when they are lugging the books, something like this, carry it, lugging. okay, so this is about lugging the books. So when you say lugging something, it is like this, you lug something like this, something very heavy، حاجة ثقيلة بيقول عليها ايش وبتحمليها، فهذا بنقول عليها lugging. He is lugging a lot of books, so he is lugging heavy books. okay, now let's see here. So she says if I want to read it, what choice do I have؟ يعني أنا بدي أقرأها، يعني إيش بدي أعمل يعني. So he tells her you can ditch that book and get an electronic book reader. So he tells her you can ditch that book, which means you can what? You can leave or get rid of that book. What does it mean to ditch a book or ditch something? It means that yes, like here you ditch it, you throw it, you leave it، اللي هي ايش؟ ترمي بها أو تتركيها. okay, ditch it. okay, so he is here in this picture, he is ditching this iPhone, okay, or this cell phone. He is ditching this cell phone. okay, so this is the meaning of ditch. You leave it or you get rid of it. Get rid of it يعني يتخلص منها. okay, get rid of or leave. So this is the meaning here you have with the word ditch. okay, the word ditch. So we have here, this is okay, sorry, so you have here, this is the word ditch. When you ditch something, it means that you throw it or you leave it and get rid of it. انك ايش؟ تتركيها وتتخلصي منها. okay, okay, so ditch that book, the book, and get an electronic book reader. She says what? An electronic book reader. There are these great little devices اللي هي هذه الأجهزة الصغيرة. devices يعني أجهزة، little صغيرة. so little devices that let you read books electronically. إلكترونيا يعني تقرأ الكتب. read books تقرأ الكتب electronically إلكترونيا. so you read on screen instead of paper يعني تقرأي على الشاشة بدل ما ايش تتصفحيها ورقيا. She says but I like reading on paper. So Edward says, trust me, Grandma, in a few years, no one is going to be reading books printed on paper anymore. تقول trust me يعني yes، ثقي بي يا جدة إنه إيش في خلال أعوام قليلة لن يقوم أحد بقراءة الكتب المطبوعة anymore فيما بعد، يعني أبدا ما راح فيما بعد ما حد حيقرأها. okay. So he tells her paper book will have disappeared. طبعا هنا استخدم صيغة الفيوتشر perfect. will have disappeared. will مع have disappeared اللي هي ايش؟ البيرفكت، صيغة التام، المستقبل التام. So بيقول لها انه في الفيوتشر في المستقبل انه ايش؟ will have disappeared، انه البيبر بوك سوف تختفي. will have disappeared. So grandma says I don't like this new technology. ما أحب إن هذه التكنولوجيا الجديدة، التقنية الجديدة. I'm happy with things the way they are. So she is happy with how the things the way they are. عاجبها الوضع اللي هي عليه. So you really should check out ebook readers. You really should check out. When you say to someone you should check out something, it means that you should look at something in order to evaluate it. Check out بمعنى إنه تجرب وتنظر إليها وتجربها، تتفحصها. يعني لو تشوفها وتتفحصها تتفحص هذا الأمر. look at something in order to evaluate it، يعني وتقيمها، يعني تشوف هل هي فعلا جديرة بالاطلاع ولا لا. like this for example, when you check out something you look, you try it and you check. okay, so you look, you check out. she is checking out. هذه بتعمل checking out، بتجرب الكمبيوتر اللابتوب بتشوف check out. okay, بتطلع عليها. okay, so this is the meaning of check out. so one of the advantages، طبعا advantages أخذناها قبل كده بمعنى الأمور الإيجابية أو الحسنات فيما يتعلق بالإيبوك readers is that you can buy, download and start reading book in minutes. تقدري تحمليها وتبدأ تقرأيها في إيش؟ في دقائق على تحميل الكتب. Another great thing about it is that you can carry hundreds of books with you without it being heavy. يعني تقدري تحمل الكثير من الكتب من غير ما تشيلي همها إن تكون إيش؟ تكون ثقيلة. So this is another advantage about having books. e-books. okay, اللي هو e-reader. e-book reader. طيب هنا الجدة بتقول طيب تحمل، طبعا تقدري تحمل الكثير من الكتب مع في إيش؟ في الجهاز اللي هو في e-book reader. So why would I want to carry hundreds of books with me? ليش أشيل معايا مئات الكتب؟ Grandma, I'm sure you just give it a try. I'm sure if you just give it a try, you'd find that you actually prefer it. فهنا بقول لك يا جدة لو إنك أنت جربتيها just give it a try. Just give it a try. Just give it a try. هذه مصطلح عندك إنه زي ما نقول فقط بس أنت جربي. هذا هو المقصود يعني. Just give it a try. فقط أنت جربيها. لما تيجي بتقولي لأحد انت بس جربيها هتقولي just give it a try. okay, just give it a try. You'd find that you actually prefer it. Why not go with the flow? So he's asking her ليش ما why not go with the flow? Go with the flow means accept things، أو بمعنى ليش ما تتقبل الأمر. هنا go with the flow بمعنى تقبل الأمر، أو بمعنى خلاص ساير الوضع الحالي، بمعنى مسايرة الوضع الحالي، تقبل الوضع الحالي أو تقبل هذه التقنية ومسايرتها. فعشان كده بيقول لها why not go with the flow. go with the flow يعني تقبل هذا الأمر ومسايرته. okay, so why not go with the flow? Accept things. Go with the flow means accept things. okay, so here we have Grandma says, I think this is all just a lot of hoopla. I've been reading my books on paper for 68 years and I'm not about to change that now. So هنا بتقول لك إيش؟ أعتقد إن هذا كله عبارة عن hoopla. okay, so what does it mean hoopla? Hoopla means excitement created by a large amount of publicity. زي تجيكي بمعنى إنه إيش؟ إنه الحماس الذي يكونه أو يتسبب في صنعه أو في حدوثه مجموعة من الناس. كيف يعني يكون حماس يتسبب في صنعه مجموعة من الناس؟ زي لما مثلا مثلا يكونوا في ناس حاضرين لمباراة، سواء كان أمام التلفاز أو كان في إيش في مدرجات الملاعب، مع الحماس فرط الحماسة إذا أحد سجل هدف طبعا يتحمسوا يصيحوا يصفقوا يضحكوا. فهذا هنا عندك ايش الانفعال هذا نقول عليها ايش؟ هذا الانفعال الجماعي اللي يكون مجموعة بنقول عليها hoopla. Okay, it is called hoopla, like this for example here, you know the minions, yes. So this is a hoopla. Okay, this is a hoopla. فهذا هنا عندك بالنسبة لإيش هوبلا اللي هي المقصود بها الجلبة الجماعية أو الضجة الجماعية من فرط الحماس، يكون انفعال وحماس تسبب نوع من الضجة الجماعية. فهذه الضجة الجماعية بنقول عليها إيش؟ هذه الضجة الجماعية بنقول عليها هوبلا. أوكي، طبعا اللي هي فرط الحماس. So this is about the grandma. She says this is a lot of hoopla على التكنولوجيا إنه this is just a hoopla. I've been reading my books on paper for 68 years and I'm not about to change that now. يعني أنا عمال أقرأها من 68 سنة، ليش أغير الوضع الآن؟ Okay. So let's see here for the question. What does Edward want grandma to try? He wants her to try what? تجرب إيش؟ Yes, the book reader. So he wants her to try. So here to answer number 1. Okay. Answering number 1, he wants her to try. Yes, he wants her to try e-books. Okay, اللي هو عندك الريدر. He wants her to try the e-books. Okay. Now let's see here or ebook. He wants her to try ebook. What arguments does he make? طيب إيش كان حجته هو بيجادل جدته في هذا الموضوع؟ إيش كان بيقول لها؟ يعني بيعطيها مبررات. Arguments. What does he tell her? Yes, here we have. He tells her what? That yes, you can carry. Yes, he tells her you can carry hundreds of books with you without being heavy. And also he tells her what? In the future, paper books will have disappeared. Okay, and she can carry hundreds of books with her. So the arguments here, he tells her, okay, he says that paper books will have disappeared. Okay, will have disappeared, and with ebook she can carry hundreds of books. Okay, she can carry hundreds of books without it being heavy. Without it being heavy. Sorry, without it being heavy. فبيقول لها إنه إيش؟ he says that paper books will have disappeared، إنه راح تختفي. And with e-books she can carry hundreds of books without it being heavy. طيب عندك هنا was Edward or is Edward successful in persuading grandma? Why or why not? هل نجح في إقناعها؟ لماذا ولم لا؟ What can we say? Was he successful? No, of course not. So he was not successful. So number 3 we say no, he wasn't. No, he isn't. So no, he isn't successful. No, he isn't because yes. No, he isn't because she likes reading books on paper. لأن هي she likes reading books on paper. I like them that way. And Yes, she's not going to change that. ما راح تغير هذا الشيء. So she likes reading books because she likes reading books on paper, and she is not going to change that. So these are the answers to number 1, number 2, and question number 3. Okay, so let's move on to the next part. Here we have the listening part. Of course, we are going to do it inshallah later in class. As for the pronunciation part, here you have, okay, I'm going to, let's make it larger. Okay, بالنسبة لجزئية الاستماع. Now let's see here for the pronunciation part. Okay, طبعا عندك هنا بيقول على ايش؟ على نطق الكلمات clusters، اللي هي عندك ايش؟ مجموعة من ايش؟ من الحروف الجامدة تجيكي ورا بعض في الكلمة باللغة الانجليزية. زي هنا عندك broken br broken pl plan ما اقول بالان، اقول plan على طول مع بعض، انطقها ورا بعض بسرعة. plan broken understand stand understand ما أقول stand، لا أقول stand. understand street هنا 3 clusters 3 حروف. street street spray spray hungry hungry. So we have here, these are what are clusters. So be careful not to separate the consonants in a cluster with a vowel sound or add a vowel sound before the cluster. Listen and practice. فهنا عندك ما ينفع تحطي vowel كأنك تقولي broke. No, broke. broke plan understand street spray hungry. Okay, now let's practice here with the number 1. Okay,
Page 39. 6. Pronunciation. Consonant clusters may contain 2 or 3 consonants. For example, broken, plan, understand, street, spray, hungry. Be careful not to separate the consonants in a cluster with a vowel sound or add a vowel sound before the cluster. Listen and practice.
1. The internet brought great change to the newspaper industry. 2. To stay competitive, it soon became important to have an online presence. 3. Newspapers could present up-to-the-minute news instead of having to wait to print it. 4. The electronic newspaper reader will have the look and feel of a print newspaper. 5. It will have a portable screen that is flexible. 6. One newspaper publisher predicts, by 2030, we will have stopped printing paper newspapers completely.
okay, so we have here the internet brought great change to the newspaper industry. So we have here internet brought great change to the newspaper industry. طبعا هذه حتحتاج منك وقت حتى تتدربي عليها إذا أنت ما أنت متعودة دائما تنطقيها يا ثالث. So you can say here to stay to stay competitive. It soon became important to have an online presence. Okay, presence. Okay, so presence here. So to stay competitive, it soon became important to have an online presence. Newspapers ممكن هنا ROS. Okay, newspapers could present up to the minute news instead of having to wait to print it. So here we have newspaper could present up to the minute news instead شوفي لاحظ instead of having to wait to print it. Okay, the electronic The electronic newspaper reader will have the look and feel of a print newspaper. Print newspaper. It will have a portable screen. Screen. Okay, so it will have a portable screen that is flexible. Okay, and then here number 6, one newspaper publisher. Publisher. افتكري كلمة blusher، انتوا عارفين طبعا في المكياج والحاجات. Okay, so one newspaper publisher predicts. Okay, one newspaper publisher predicts by 2030 we will have stopped printing paper newspapers completely. Okay, they will have stopped printing paper newspapers completely. Stopped printing paper newspapers completely. It sounds like tongue twister. Never mind. Now let's see here for the vocabulary building. عندك بالنسبة لبناء المصطلحات، طبعا هذه المصطلحات كلها حتلاقيها في قطعة القراءة القادمة. You will see the following words in the reading on pages 40 and 41. Match the words with their meanings. Okay, so we have a chain. The word chain المقصود بها سلسلة محلات، زي ما نقول سلسلة محلات محمود سعيد، سلسلة محلات ديبنهامز، سلسلة محلات أو سلسلة مطاعم ماكدونالدز، سلسلة مطاعم بيتزا هات إلى آخره. So this is the meaning of chain. Commonplace مكان عام أو عادي. Common بمعنى common هنا common بمعنى عادي. Commonplace لما نقول مكان عام أو عادي. Okay. Estimated اللي هو التقدير، تقديري. Estimated تقديري ويقدر بحد معين. Okay. Lucrative بمعنى إنه بمعنى هو متعلق بالمال. Okay. Lucrative means مربح. Yes. Lucrative بمعنى إنه مربح، شيء ربحي. Okay. Lucrative بمعنى مربح. Orbit here means orbit اللي هي الفلك أو المدار. إذا كان بمعنى orbit ممكن يجيك بمعنى noun اسم or verb فعل. orbit كاسم بمعنى مدار أو فلك. لو بدي أقول the moon orbits Earth، يعني إنه القمر بيدور فلكيا حول الأرض. orbit. Okay. rigorous بمعنى صارم وشديد. simulate يحاكي، زي ما نقول احنا في بعض الأجهزة تعتبر أجهزة محاكاة simulator or simulation، فهذه هنا عندك simulate بمعنى يحاكي أو يقلد. okay. steep اللي هو بمعنى هو يجيك بمعنى منحدر، لكن لما أجي بدي أقول steep cost or steep price، لما أربطها لما أنا أربطها بالقيمة. أوكي، بقيمة شيء أو بسعر، بالقيمة أو بالسعر بالمال، هنا أقصد بها very expensive، يعني بيكون جدا جدا غالي. أوكي، غالي بدرجة مبالغ فيها. Now let's see here for the meanings here. extremely difficult جدا صعب، حيكون على مين من هذه الكلمات؟ جدا صعب. Yes, rigorous. So it is here rigorous. Rigorous means yes, extremely difficult. طيب اللي هو الصارم أو الشديد طبعا حيكون جدا صعب. extremely difficult. A path in space followed by a planet, moon or a spacecraft. ها قبل شوية قلناها. orbiting the earth, the moon. What is it? Oh, I said it. So it is, yes, it is B. So we have here orbit. So this is the meaning of orbit. Now let's see here number C. A group of business owned by the same company. When I told you, for example, Debenhams, stores for Debenhams, stores لمحمود سعيد, or stores for McDonald's. Yes. So it is the chain. Okay, chain. When I say chain of some stores. Expensive. When I say expensive, yes. So it is steep. So it is steep. Frequent or usual. It is frequent, usual. Usually هو اعتيادي, frequent, دائم. So it is, yes, the commonplace. اللي هي عندك إيش? The commonplace here. It is frequent. Producing a lot of money. في الموني. في الموني. It is, yes, lucrative. اللي قلت لك هي إيش؟ يعتبر ربحي أو مربح. Okay. So lucrative, producing a lot of money, which is if. So lucrative, if here. Then we have, producing a lot of money, lucrative. Give an approximate cost, and we have imitate. انت طالع في كلمة imitate تشبه أي كلمة. Estimated ولا simulate? Imitate. Simulate, yes. So we have here with the word simulate. Come on, yes. So here it is with the word simulate. Okay. So here we have the word simulate. So simulate, imitate. إذا given approximate cost اللي هي حتكون عندك إيش؟ estimated. Okay. So it is the word estimated. So estimated is G. So we have here chain, commonplace, estimated, lucrative, orbit, rigorous, simulate, steep. Okay, so these are the words with their meanings. Okay, so that's it for today. So we have here learned that the vocabulary building here, of course, it is related to the next reading passage, which is لو جيت طلعت عليها يا ثالث هي عبارة عن about an out of this world vacation اللي هي عن إيش؟ عن رحلة خارج هذا العالم أو إجازة خارج هذا العالم، والمقصود بها طبعا اللي هو الفضاء. So it is interesting. You can take a look at the reading text and prepare it so that we can have an interesting lesson inshallah next day. So this is for for our lesson today. We have taken the pronunciation and the vocabulary building with the conversation. So if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask. So thank you very much and have a nice day.